All right, chat. It's your guys' favorite time. You know what time it is. New season. New times are here. Overwatch 2 retail patch notes June 20th, 2024. Season 11 Super Mega Ultra Watch. Join Ultra Watch for an action-packed season. Suit up and battle the forces of evil, led by the fallen mythic Calamity Empress Ashe and her sidekick Bomb. Then claim and customize Mythic Ashe's diabolical dark mage style for your own. Celebrate as Overwatch reaches 100 million players. Marked by the long-requested return of Pink Mercy, along with a new Rose Gold Mercy bundle from June 25th through July 8th. So not today, in 5 days from now, those will pop up. Also, there's Twitch drops for that. One of them is a Pink Mercy icon starting on the 25th. So you need a place to watch? Twitch.tv/flats. Anyways. Blizzard will donate 100% of the purchase price, excluding any applicable platform fees and taxes, to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Continue the celebration by unlocking the Aztec Somber bundle through challenges and enjoy a fun community-crafted mode by our beloved streamers. That'll be really cool. I'll go over probably the patch notes of that after. This is community. I'm going to skip most of this for now. We'll come back to it. Hero Mastery updates. KIRIKO's getting one, Soldier 76 is getting one, Mastery Gauntlet's been removed, or co-op has been removed, which was like the tower defense thing. It's gone. There's not much else to really say there. Runsapi is the new push map. Hike your way through Runsapi push map to a town hidden high in the Peruvian Andes. Amble through the marketplace full of fresh produce and pay a visit to the Inti Warrior Historical Museum and Monument. This exciting push map is vibrant and challenging as you escort TS1 through tight streets. Watch out as some of the fights may take place precariously close to the steep cliffs overlooking the sunny farmlands below. This is a good change right here. Challenge updates, weekly challenge catch-up. All past incomplete weekly challenges can be completed at any time in a given season. So let's say you take 3 or 4 weeks off, come back, you can do all your weeklies from week 1, 2, 3, 4. That's super cool. When the weekly reset occurs on Tuesdays, incomplete weekly challenges gain an additional copy of that challenge. When a weekly challenge is completed, if that challenge has copies remaining, the challenge will refresh and can be completed again. Weekly milestones are challenges progressed by completing other weekly challenges. Each week, a new weekly milestone is unlocked. All weekly milestones can be completed at any given time in a given season. Weekly milestones progress at a time. All weekly milestones must be completed to progress as a weekly milestone. Jesus Christ, I don't think I've ever said weekly milestone so many times in the span of 20 seconds in my whole life. Competitive play updates. Rank percentage is now displayed on the competitive progress page, which allows you to check your exact percentage without playing another match. Good change. Rename the modifiers win streak and loss streak to win trend and loss trend to more accurately convey that these modifiers are calculated by weighing the most recent games more heavily, but they are not true streaks. Added more parameters for how the matchmaker handles wide groups so that it can ensure better queue times. A button that allows you to view the match's final scoreboard has been added to each page, during the end of game flow. General updates. Knockdown time when 2 charging abilities collide reduced from 2 to 1.7 seconds. That's so interesting. This stun time reduction applies to the knockdown, what happens when 2 charging abilities collide and result in a tie. With Reinhardt, Doomfist, Brig, Malga, Bob, the counterplay and interaction of the 2 charging abilities impacted each other is great, but it took both players out of the fight a little too long. Yep, that's true. D.Va. Oh boy. These changes will improve D.Va's effectiveness against smaller targets as she can become less effective during against armored enemies in the previous patch. Weapon spread reduced from 3.75 to 3.375, which means it's just a tighter spread. And booster impact damage buffed from 15 damage to 25 damage. Small micro buffs. This is actually probably a pretty decent buff. You're probably going to be able to kill squishies a little bit better if you got good aim. So decent D.Va changes. She definitely needed a little bit, but not a ton. Junker Queen. Whoa. Oh god, I don't want to see what I just saw. Oh, f me. The tank knockback resistance passive was effective Junker Queen's pull more than intended. The distance is now affected by their movement. The distance can be affected by their movement, but tanks are now pulled in about 5 to 6 meters instead of only 3 meters or so. Jagged Blade now pulls tanks further, and startup time reduced from 0.75 to 0.5 seconds on Rampage. So the ult goes faster, or the little ding ding thing goes faster, and also you pull in tanks more. So another small buffs to Queen. Not bad, not bad. Little quality of life buffs, realistically. All right, the you want. I saw an Orisa survivability. I saw Orisa survivability. I saw Orisa survivability. Orisa survivability reduced more than necessary in her last round of changes, so we're partly reverting the cooldown increase to Javelin Spin. Cooldown reduced from 9 to 8 seconds. Before somebody goes, oh, Flats, but it's small. I know. That's the best part. I love micro buffs. It's almost like every season is exactly what I've always said it's gonna be. I know what's next. I saw him. Here he is. Is it Hog going to the farm? Gotta be Hog going to the farm, because Orisa gets micro buffed. Developer comments: Roadhog already powerful survivability increased significantly with the headshot damage reduction that from the tank roll passive, so these changes are to help bring him back in line. Base health reduced from 650 to 600, damage reduction reduced from 50 to 40. Hog is probably slapped with that one. This one right here is a big nerf, double nerf, less health, and also the take a breather was a big one. Take a breather buff from 40 to 50. They did that when it went to 15% on the DPS passive, and then when it went back, sorry, was it when they went back to the 15%? I don't remember, but yeah, they ended up buffing this a bunch, and then never reverted it, and now it's back to where it was before. So like I'm thinking early season 9 Hog probably, when he wasn't really that good. So my guess is Hog is finally sent to the farm. Hopefully, thank God. And then we're on to DPS, which means there's no Malga changes. So now it's Malga time. Oh, man. Well, the cycle continues. The top dog gets sent to the farm. The next one in line who got sent to the farm last gets a micro buff. And then we have Malga, who's still really, really strong. We saw tons of Malga in OWCS play. Now you'll probably play a lot of Malga. And then when Malga probably gets nerfed at mid-season patch, Orisa will get another micro buff. Hog will get a micro buff. We'll probably have half a season where most of the tanks are played. And then Orisa will get another buff, and then we're right back into Orisa meta. So, hey, the f***ing cycle continues. Hey, let's go. Cassidy. All right, this is big change. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Developer comments: we're reverting the magnetic grenade ability to be deployed like Cassidy's previous flashbang ability, but it will keep the hinder effect instead of a full stun. We've heard feedback surrounding the magnetic grenade's ability and agree that while the fantasy of a homing grenade was fun, the moment-to-moment gameplay often felt too unpredictable, as it was whether to land or not. Interesting they said the fantasy of that. The hinder effect has been a useful tool to act as a counter to highly mobile heroes without going back to a full stun and the enemy player losing the ability to fight back. Deadeye Ultimate is also getting an adjustment to increase its flexibility towards the end of its duration, enabling it to get value outside of buying time for Cassidy or his allies, though it may be riskier to hold onto it for a longer time as the damage reduction will fade away along with the movement speed penalty. So Peacekeeper secondary fire, Fan the Hammer, damage reduced from 50 to 45. Fan the Hammer nerfed, love to see it. Combat roll also nerfed from 75% to 50% damage. So can you survive a pulse bomb still? I don't know. Flashbang is in. Magnetic grenade is gone. It's now flashbang. Hinders enemies instead of stunning them for 1.2 seconds. Movement speed reduction increased from 30 to 50%. Love that for us. Love more CC and slow. I love that. Hinder now prevents crouching movement. Oh, even better. 45 explosive damage and on 12-second cooldown. Well, that's gonna be fun. Deadeye, movement speed penalty now scales down over time from 70% to 35%, and damage reduction now scales over time from 40% to 0%. So basically, it seems like you're gonna be able to, like, once you draw and you can't move, you're gonna be able to start shimmying your way down as it goes. You know what I mean? And you can go like kind of like let's say everyone's hiding behind something, you can kind of like get around them quicker, especially if you have a Lucio speed boost. Interesting. That's kind of interesting. We'll see. Then the damage reduction scales down, which is kind of cool. Why are you here? Oh, Jesus. May's damage output over time is intended to be on the low end for a damage hero. She's offering strong utility and survivability through her kit. But we would like to make the secondary fire icicle more rewarding by increasing the damage and slightly more difficult to land consistently. Secondary fire base projectile size reduced from 0.15 to 0.12. Wait, is it back to old icicle? I'm actually okay with that. Secondary fire damage increased from 70 to 85. I'm kind of okay with that. If it's the old size, I'm kind of okay with that actually. Granted, buffing May in the seasons where tank feels kind of terrible is, not gonna lie, not my most favorite, but not a bad change. I actually I think that's okay. Why are you here? All right, wait, did I? Sojourn, finally. With the previous patch change to how armor reduces damage, shotgun weapons like Reaper lost some value since much of their game plan revolved around pressuring large tank heroes. To help shift Reaper towards being more effective against smaller targets, we're tightening the weapon spread on his Hellfire shotguns and reducing the number of times enemies have to react to the Shadow Step teleport. Weapon spread reduced from 6.5 to 6, and cast time reduced from 1.5 to 1.2. You know, buffing Reaper and May when tank kind of feels terrible is certainly a decision, but surely it won't be bad against tank, right? It's supposed to be better against squishies, and surely it won't just allow you to put more pellets into the heads of tanks from a little bit of a further range, right? Like, surely that's not what it is, right? Surely that won't happen. What? This change is reducing the burst damage potential of the secondary fire railgun. Shot to both lessen frustration from playing against that burst damage and to shift power into her sustained primary fire damage. This should smooth out the feast or famine nature of Sojourn consistently hitting the secondary fire shots. Secondary fire damage scaling reduced from 30 to 130 down to 1 to 100, so that's a nerf. So less floor and less ceiling. Secondary fire projectile no longer requires overclock to pierce. So railgun only pierced during ult, but now it can pierce all the time. And then primary fire shots per second increased from 14 to 16, which means that she's going to be shooting more projectiles per second. So nerf, buff, buff, energy charge rate increased from 100 to 120 per second in overclock. So 1 nerf, 3 buffs. You're killing me here. This looks like a low elo buff. No? Yes, it is. It absolutely is a low elo buff. Absolutely. You're 100% correct. But the parts of Sojourn that make her insane at high level play is mobility with high damage burst, high carry potential, and a small hitbox that's easily manipulatable with like crouch spam. So like, you're still gonna have a hard time hitting Sojourn. She's still gonna have really good ability, and she's also still gonna have good burst damage, just not as good. So like, Sojourn Mercy won't be able to one-shot you as quickly, which is, you know, like, that's better. It's better, but 3 buffs, 1 nerf always makes me go like, ooh, okay, ooh, I don't like that. Why are you here? Oh no. Developer comments, to help solidify Symmetra as a close-range threat, we're increasing her, oh Jesus, her health bar to better survive in that range, along with how quickly her primary fire beam damage ramps up. Base health increased from 100 to 125 for a total of 275, and primary fire charge rate increased for 25%. I love the seasons where tank feels terrible. We buff Reaper, Sim, and May. GG's, dude. Oh man, have a good day. Come on, save us on the back end here. Oh. Developer comments, Ilari's healing pylon is intended to be useful healing her team in relatively safe positions without much focus required, which enables her to either apply pressure with her primary fire or spot, heal, and burst from more limited secondary fire beam. Heal and burst from her more limited secondary fire beam. To encourage this, we have now improved health and healing output, but it's less effective when Allari uses it to heal herself. So her shift damage goes from 10 to 25, nothing crazy. And then healing pylon, healing per projectile increased from 30 to 40, which was when it was at launch. That was a little busted, so I'm a little concerned, but the health pools have gone up, and there's also the DPS passive, so I'm not against that. But Allari's really good right now. But here's the trade-off. Pylon only heals half when targeting Allari. So if an Allari is trying to 1v1 you with a Pylon, she's only getting 20 healing per burst, which is something. But it also, its max health has been increased from 100 to 125. So the Pylon's slightly tankier. It does a good amount more healing, just not to Allari. And also her shift is better. Low-key, I thought Allari was already really good. So, yeah. Whoa, Swift Step cooldown increased from 7 to 8 seconds, and Suzu no longer cleanses hard knockdown stuns. Hard knockdown stuns refer to most of the existing knockdowns where the player is stunned or lying on the ground, such as Reinhardt's Earth Shatter, with the exception of Anna's Sleep Dart effect, which is removed upon taking damage or Protection Suzu's cleanse. Whoa. Holy Rein buff. That's kind of a fire change. That is gas. Wait. So there's so many things of this. Like, if the day you try to pin a Brig and they both pin each other and you fall down and they get instantly Suzu and they get back up and start beating your ass before you even stand up, that would count as well, I think. Sleep is an effect, so I understand that. It would probably still make you immortal, though. So, like, you'll probably, you know, still not be able to hit them for a second. And you probably, like, if you pin them, you might pin straight through them. But that's sick. I'm not gonna lie. 90% of this patch is kind of terrible, in my opinion. I don't like it. But that is awesome. That is awesome. Hell yeah. They cooked on something, at least. Coliseo removed the glass and added stairs to the first checkpoint and pathing. We'll take a look at the map. Oh, before and... Oh, well, perfect. Yeah, we'll just look at it. Before and after. Before. After. Before. After. Wow, I love that they added this, by the way. Whoever added this to the patch notes, hey, big props to you. This is a awesome change. Thank you for this. Before and after. So this is before. After. Love this. Dude, they cooked with this rework. They actually cooked on this Coliseo rework. There's so much more space down here to move around now. There's the Mega here. Fighting in here always felt really clunky and weird and felt like kind of shit. But this is nice. I think they did a pretty good job here. Whoever did that, you cooked. Reduce the match time from 10 minutes to 8 minutes in quick play. Oh. Increase push robot speed by 10% when pushing the barricade for both quick play and competitive. Oh! Wow! Hey, good changes to push. I like it. Bug fixes. I don't think there was anything big, right? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the back half of this patch was kind of gas. I don't know if Allari really needed a lot of changes, but I'm cool with it. Why? Not a fan of, but I get it. Surely that won't be another tank buster. I'm actually okay with this change, but like, buffing May, Reaper, Sim, and when tank feels terrible just feels weird to me. Cass, more CC, but at a trade for a couple of other things. Hog sent to the farm. Orisa gets her micro buff. Queen, quality of life, but good. Diva, small change, but good. Overall, I don't actually hate this patch as much as I like going through each one. And like, altogether, I actually don't hate it that much. I just think the tank experience didn't get any better, if at all. So that's where I'm gonna sit on it and be like, listen, I'm a little bit more biased about that and why I don't feel like this feels good, because I have now come to the conclusion that the DPS passive and most of the passive in general need to get looked at.
Flats, I need an opinion. Should I play more Allari?
Thought I muted all the alerts, my bad. I think so too. Yeah, Allari's good. Allari's good. I think the passives were a great idea and it was great for season 9, but now, like, we've been here for a bit, it's It's just not working. It's too oppressive on the tank role, and the support role has to just sit there and basically hard pocket your tank the entire time to win. And if your support plays the DPS playstyle, then if you play tank, you're just have a terrible time. So like, it's time. We got to move a little bit quicker on that type of stuff. That's why I'm a little bit sad about that. But overall, not the worst patch. I don't like some things in it. I think this right here is going to be probably the biggest one. This is probably going to suck balls as a tank. This is just going to be weird. And this one is just too early to tell. I'll take a look at Flashbang actually really quick. But yeah. Overall, oh, the Kiri change. Honestly, the Kiri change kind of changed. The Kiri change honestly saved my opinion of the whole patch. Is that sad? I think that's kind of sad. It might be a little sad. I gotta go see what it looks like real quick though. Let's go see our new Flashbang.
Someone needs to fill this saddle.
It really is back.
Someone needs to fill this saddle. Over here.
Look at the little birdies.
Fill this saddle.
Oh man, little by little we go back to Overwatch 1. It's actually kind of hilarious at this point. You can't, you know, it was kind of a meme when Overwatch came out, but you kind of can't escape it at this point. It's kind of, you know, little by little. 6v6 when? Question mark? No, 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 I can't do that. I'm not trying to start a war. I'm not trying to start a war. Oh man. Oh, can you check the ult? Oh yeah, good call, good call. Let's see if I can do the cha-cha slide. Ready? Cha-cha slide, cha-cha slide, cha-cha slide, cha-cha slide. Oh my god, I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving and grooving. God damn. Holy shit.
It's high noon.
Dude, I get woo! That's no speed boost either. God damn. But yeah. Anyways though, cool. There's your patch notes.